Hi, this is Jesse Barkasy, and today I want to talk about a major key to success. The key is detail. So I'm going to give you quickly an example just to prove, that detail increases success. Say you get a piece of paper and you draw a tree. Draw the tree within 3 seconds. Okay, and you can draw that tree, and it comes out, and maybe you could make it out as a tree. Now I want you to take time and draw the tree in 3 minutes. See how it comes out. It'll come out somewhat better, and might even look more realistic. If you're a professional artist, maybe you can make it look, very realistic. So then, if you're a non-artist, or even if you are an artist, take 3 hours or 3 days drawing a tree. Make it as realistic as possible. Detail it. This is an example of how detail works for success. There is a possibility you can over detail something, try to make it so perfect that you spend so much time making something that you never prove its viability in the marketplace or its viability socially. But a certain amount of detail adding is usually a key to helping people become more successful. Recently, people have been helping me detail my resume, and it's pretty amazing. I feel like they're bringing out my talents on this resume by helping me with it. I'm actually spending days and hours looking it over, fixing things, and I never really thought of doing that before. I used to take martial arts, and I used to detail my technique, and I did very well in tournaments. I detailed my son in playing baseball, both of my sons. When they have problems or they've had problems, I've worked with them, and they've become very proficient baseball players. So what I say to you is think of a weakness or deficiency in your life and begin to detail it. Put more time into it and see what happens. Even if it's something simple like a messy room, just spend 2-3 hours or 15 minutes a day and start to fix it up. I've proven this with somebody I know who had a business that was kind of doing okay. First he was doing lousy, then he was doing okay. He had very good social skills, but his work was just in and out, get it done. So I told him to detail it. I said, pay attention to your client, the person who's paying you, give them a little extra, do the detail, do the extra work. And his business went up just about somewhere around 300 to 500% in 1 month. I think he's earning 6 figures as a landscaper right now. I've proven it in the stock market. There are times where I've made tremendous amounts of money by paying attention to the details of the stock chart. When I was sloppy and in a hurry and quick to act, a lot of times I lost money or broke even, and it just wasted my time. So I say to you, give it a try and let me know what happens. If you have something wrong, maybe your relationship, whatever it is, start to get into detail. Start to spend more time learning about it, listening. Your house needs repair. Start detailing it. Your house will become more of a sturdy, good-looking house. If your car is, dirty, that's the direct word. They call it detailing. So anything you can think of that you want to be more successful in, start to detail. If you spend too much time detailing it, you can get caught up in just being overly perfectionist. So you've got to be able to discern that. You got to come to reality and the truth. You got to kind of maybe speak to other people if you think you're doing too much of the detail and not enough putting your product or service or whatever it is out there. If you want to lose weight, you hit it from all angles. You detail the ways you try to lose weight. You walk a certain distance. You do resistance training. You eat certain foods. You avoid other foods. And you keep stacking things on top of each other until your health and your proper weight come back. So this is the big, big key to success. There are people who wrote music, and because the music is so detailed, so amazing, that they have had songs where they've sold millions of copies. where they're nice and clear. The Beatles, there's a 10,000 hour rule where people get so good at something that they're able to instantly put out detailed product or service. The Beatles were brought to Germany to play in a bar, pretty much, and it was said that they worked anywhere from 10, 12 to 16 hours a day. They, of course, took some drugs, I think, to help them to play that long in that time. That's the passing knowledge that I've heard. And so over time, they supposedly put 10,000 hours in. So when they played anywhere live, they could harmonize so quickly and get their instruments in sync with each other so quickly. And even if there was a mistake, they were able to correct it. This was part of their success, to have this clear sound, this clear new sound, and these clear words that nobody has ever experienced before during that time. And there will still be artists that come out with things like that in the future. Now, if you want to detail the other way, like with a big box store, they detail every penny. They find out that they sell something that's made cheaper. Maybe it's even a lesser of quality, but the amount of pennies that come into their millions and billions of dollars increases. So that's the way they detail their accounting. That can actually work against them at some point, but for now, the major companies, like, the big box stores, a lot of them are making billions of dollars of profit while paying workers very little. That's their detail. They've detailed and found out that if they collude together and offer low pay, in this day and age, they pay adults unbelievably low pay, that they can make their pennies go up. Now, in the long run, could that crash the economy or something? Sure, but right now, the money goes into their pockets. So that's kind of a negative thing that's a result of detail that causes someone else to be successful. But in essence, artists spend hours and hours, days and months on their masterpieces, and there are some that can do it quickly, but the more detail that they have in them and the more they take time to work on something, the better that they can become. So my challenge to you, try to detail something. I don't care if it's just drawing a picture of a tree, a human eye, a car. Draw a picture of something or do something that you can detail, that you can spend maybe a half an hour or a couple hours on, that you normally would only spend a few minutes on, whether it's organizing your house or whatever. Start to detail that and let me know what happens. Let me know your success, okay? And see what happens when you spend more time working on the problems of your life instead of avoiding them. That's how you detail things. That's the way to happiness. If you want to produce something, the way to compete with these big places that detail their finances to the penny and sell subpar products is to make or create or produce or do a service to the world that's worth way more, with much more detail, and then you will take sales away from them, because people will want higher. There are people who want higher quality. There is a guy in New York that has a restaurant. Let me see if I can look that up really quickly while I'm doing this video. He has a restaurant and he is booked for 5 years. Damon Barrow. So the name is DAMON BAEHREL is his last name. So DAMON, the first name, BAEHREL. He has a 10-year wait list. I'm sorry. This guy details and gives people like $250 to $300 dinners. He makes out of the things he grows and the things that naturally grow around his area in New York. This is an amazing amount of detail. He has got so many people waiting for him, 10-year waiting list. So that's an example of how detail can bring you huge success. Look him up. That's one example. Have a great day. Please get back to me. Do something detail in your life. Let me know what happens. Good luck.